It's the weekend and you have financial questions that need answering. That can only mean one thing. It's time for Jill on Money, the show that takes the mystery out of your finances. Here's your host, Jill Schlesinger.
Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. This is the program that takes the mystery out of your financial life. If you've got a question, just go to jillonmoney.com and click the Contact Us button. Let's start with Alex, who joins us from the Rockies. Hi, Alex. How can we help you out?
Hi, Jill and Mark. Thanks so much for having me on. I'm a relatively new listener and I've learned a lot from your shows, especially on my drives to and from work. It's better than listening to the radio. I get to learn something every time I commute. But
well, thank you very much. We appreciate that, and welcome to the show.
Well, like many of us, life has thrown us some curveballs, especially regarding my wife's health, which has us reworking our financial future. And, the reason for me reaching out has to do with getting your take on our financial readiness and to help expedite our retirement, hopefully, and build our dream cabin. Considering my wife's recent cancer diagnosis, fortunately, her cancer growth is significantly slowed and current treatments are working, and so we're optimistic that she still has years ahead of us to enjoy retirement.
Okay. So how old are you guys?
We're 54.
Ay, your poor wife. Poor you. So I'm sorry about that diagnosis. We hear a lot about these. So let's try to figure out where you stand and what the options are for you. So you're 54. You're both working full time?
We are.
Okay. How much do you earn, Alex?
Right now, I'm earning about $18,000 a month, and she is earning about $9,000 a month.
And is she able to continue to work as a full-time as she's undergoing treatment, et cetera, or where is she in the process? So
she tried retiring last November because of her health, and it lasted for about 6 months. She's a tough girl, and she said, "You know what? This is online shopping is driving me crazy. I'm just going to go back to work." And so the right job opportunity opened up. They asked her to do it, and she loves just helping her patients, and she loves what she does. And so she's trying to work, go into a half-time this summer. Mm-hmm. And so they've hired someone else, and it looks like that's going to happen. So she'll be able to have more flexibility with her hours, and which is good considering her health and staying busy with building her cabin.
So is she going to go from 9,000 to like 4,500, more or less? What should we mark her down for income?
5,000.
5,000 a month. Okay. Right now, how's your cash flow on that, your combined income at current levels?
It's working out really well. Any excess that we have, we've been putting into this cabin that we're building. She's always wanted this mountain cabin, so we're putting it into that. But our expenses are about $15,000 a month. $3,000 is discretionary, $9,000 is essential, and about $3,000 for taxes. So total about $15,000.
Taxes meaning property taxes, or it really is like $12,000 a month, right? Because we're going to build taxes in the other way. Okay, so $12,000 a month. Okay, and tell us about how much you guys have saved. Not just, I want to talk about the cabin in a second, but like retirement assets. What have you saved?
We've got about $1.2 million in retirement savings, of which about $800,000 is in Roth, about $400,000 is in traditional.
Oh, you're flipped. Very excellent. Did you convert, or did you get on the Roth bandwagon early?
We got on as soon as we heard about it.
Oh, amazing. Okay. Anything else that you have saved?
We've got about $48,000 in brokerage,
okay,
about $15,000 in savings, and really no other accounts. We've been trying to consolidate retirement accounts. She had a whole bunch of them, and we consolidated them down to the current ones.
Okay, fantastic. And are you managing that? Are you you guys managing it yourselves? Do you work with somebody?
We have a financial planner that we've been working with for the past 15 years. He does a great job, talks to us regularly as much as we want. So I think we're pretty happy with that. And
yet you're calling us. You just want another set of eyes on this?
You're the best.
I don't know about that. Yes, I'm on the hook for one conversation. And then if I steer you the wrong way, you don't come back and yell at me.
I've got your email address.
That's true. I know where you live. All right. So you guys own a home in addition to the cabin?
Yes. Our primary home's worth about $780,000.
Is there a mortgage remaining on it?
There is about $375K left at a 3.39 interest rate.
Okay. And building this cabin, now let us get into the meat of the question. So right now, how much do you have sunk into the mountain cabin?
We've got about 400,000 into it. The property's worth about 70,000,
Okay.
and it's a little more than halfway done. We used a $300,000 mutual fund that we've been building up over the years to help start funding this, and so we used that up last year. I've got a $250,000 HELOC at 4% currently.
Hold on a second. The $250,000 HELOC is on your against the mountain cabin or against the house?
Against the house, the
That's
primary
what I thought,
house.
the primary. So there's a $250K HELOC. Have you pulled any of it down?
We've got 23,000 pulled out of it so far. And we're going to need about another 250,000, we think, to finish the cabin.
Okay. I forgot to ask you, do you have kids?
We do. We've got two boys. One is 27 and fully launched. The other is 23 years old and just graduated, but he's still trying to, he's got a job, but he wants to get a job that's aligned with his degree. So he rents our in-law apartment and is on our health insurance. So not quite fully launched yet.
You have an in-law apartment as part of the house.
Correct, yeah.
Okay. Once your son is flying the coop, how much rent will that bring in? Or does someone else have to come in, like an in-law?
Well, he is actually paying rent because
good.
We're trying to teach him that there's no free rides.
Uh-huh.
And so if he moves out, when he moves out, we think we'll be able to get at least $1,000 a month for that apartment.
Will either you or your wife be entitled to a pension?
I am entitled to a pension, which will actually start this fall.
What? That's amazing. Pension starts in the fall.
And it's a nice one, Jill.
Okay, I'm getting ready. I'm excited. You can see that Mark reads the email, but I don't. So
now keep in mind it's been 30 years coming. But
okay. I'm excited. My pen is poised to write down. This is what I wrote. Pension starts in fall. What is the amount?
$12,800.
Stop it! I love it so much. This makes me so much happier. I have to be honest with you, Alex. You're telling me this whole story, and I'm like, oh, man, this is what I'm thinking. This is the back of my head. Oh, God, I got to tell this guy and his wife who has cancer that you can't, that's going to be hard. Now I feel like I can breathe on your behalf. That is a humongous relief, right?
It is. And we actually have some rental properties as well.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So let's move on a little bit here. So again, we talked about your expenses are basically $12,000 a month. So the pension, generally speaking, plus whatever rent you might get from the in-law apartment, kind of covered the basics. Not rounding up for taxes, but once that pension starts, you're in just great shape. So now the next question is other properties. So there's rental properties. Tell us about those.
So we have two condos that we purchased about 25 years ago, and they are paid off next month. Oh. And so we are planning to do a 1031 exchange where we can sell them out there this year and transition that to a rental property, purchase a rental property closer to where we live to help manage it and do a little bit of renovations and
Fantastic. So for everybody listening, a 1031 exchange, if you own rental property, if Alex and his wife just blew out these two properties, there would be a tax that's due, I imagine. They've been owning them for, decades now. And using a 1031 exchange allows you to sort of take the full value as long as you buy another piece of rental, like-kind rental property, not have to pay any taxes, and kind of reset the clock a little bit. We'll get back to Alex in just a minute. It's Jill on Money.
Back to Jill on Money, where Jill Schlesinger helps you take the mystery out of your finances.
Welcome back. It's Jill on Money, where we take the mystery out of your financial life. Let's get back to Alex from the Rockies. So how much is the total value of the two condos right now?
They're worth about $600,000 total.
Okay. And so you'll take that 600, and you said you own them free and clear. You'll buy a $600,000 or something less. Like, what are you going to do?
So we're thinking about rolling it over into a rental property, a house that might need a little bit of work. and we kind of enjoy doing some renovations, and then and then renting that out. We hope to be able to rent it out for about $3,000 a month.
Amazing. So you will take on this task of not only building your mountain cabin, but taking on the task of like rolling these rental properties. But at the end of the day, the cash flow looks good. So really what we need to be looking at right now is how you feel about the cash required to finish the job, right? So you said you need another 200,000. Alex, how much are you and your wife contributing to retirement right now?
Over the past couple of years, since her cancer diagnosis, she's decided that she wants to just divert all of her funding toward the cabin instead of retirement.
I'm with her. I was exactly what I was going to say. How much are you putting away?
I'm putting away about $2,000 a month into Roth.
Into a Roth. And for you, do you have a match in your organization?
No, but if I did, I would definitely max that out first.
I kind of still want you to put some money away. How's your health? How's like your longevity? Like what do I have to look at in your future?
Well, in my family, it's pretty good. My grandparents have lived into their mid-90s. My mom's very healthy. My dad's not very healthy right now, but I'm anticipating, mid-80s, late 80s for me. Mm-hmm. And for my wife, she's beat the odds this far, and we're very hopeful that she'll continue to beat the odds for years to come, but we'll see.
So is your game plan to finish the cabin by pulling down the home equity loan or just funding this out of cash flow? What do you think?
Well, that's the big question. Right now, with some of the expenses that are coming up for drilling a well and things like that, they're going to be way more than what we can cash flow. Mm-hmm. And so she is eager to tap into her traditional or Roth IRA account to help offset that. I've been trying to convince her that HELOC is the way to go, especially since the rate is at 4% right now, and then just paying it off after that over the next few years.
Yeah, I'm not like psyched about her burning her accessible assets right this minute, right? I don't know. I don't love taking the money out. Mark, what do you think? I don't like tapping her assets at this moment.
Alex, how long do you want to keep working?
I want to keep working probably for the next 8 or 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would almost
pull back on his.
I would just hit the pause button, knowing that pension's there.
I would. I mean, the $2,000 a month. You might want to just say, why don't? Okay, let's say you have a big amount of money that is due. Like you say, Jill, I need $50,000 right this second. Right? Maybe you do. I don't know what the number is, but I'm inclined to not have you contribute to retirement for a little bit, finish the cabin, and then you can restart. So some combination of the money you were using for your Roth and the HELOC together, right? I think that would make sense. If there's a moment where she has to actually retire and we have to invoke the rule of 55 and pull money out of her account and get things settled up, like that's something to consider, but I'd rather preserve that for the future than do it right now. I'd rather wait. And I think because you have this $12,800 a month pension and you're still working, I think you can swing this cabin. I don't think she should tap her assets just yet. Does that seem that's more in line with what you were thinking? You said you have $48,000 in the brokerage. What's in that account right now?
Just miscellaneous stocks.
I mean, that would be the first thing that I would get rid of, and you need more cash on hand. So the first thing I think I would do is get rid of your $48,000 of brokerage stuff and get rid of it and be done. And you might have to pay some tax on it, but big deal. And move that into cash right now. You need more money on hand, and then maybe you can use some of that, leave that cash alone, but then pull back on the amount of money you're putting into retirement. That $2,000 a month, use the HELOC, some way to sort of jointly come up with your $200,000, which it sounds like you're going to be able to do. And, until then, I don't think that there's a lot more to consider. I guess that, obviously if the 1031 exchange were not high on your list, okay, just as an idea, another thing that I might think about, again, this really depends on like what's happening in your real lives, is to blow those two things out, not do a 1031 exchange, have 600,000 less whatever tax you have to pay, finish your cabin, replenish your cash, have a brokerage house. Obviously, you like doing this, like, the idea of buying something that might need some work. But if health considerations or something changes dramatically, I kind of would not look past that as an idea, which is we have $600,000 sitting in equity right now. And even if we had to pay some taxes, we could finish the cabin and beef up our brokerage account and have a simpler way to approach it. But that is really about, like, it sounds like that's something you guys want to do together. And as long as you guys are like willing to do that and roll up your sleeves, that's fine. But that is a simpler way to accomplish the conclusion of the mountain cabin.
Great. Yeah, I appreciate that analysis. And, we would have a bigger cash reserve right now, but we've just been pushing it all into the cabin to try to
tell her to slow
delay.
her roll a tiny bit. I know that that's going to be absolutely impossible for her because she sounds like a little bit of a force of nature. But I do think it's, I get it. I get all of it. And so I think that if I were looking at someone who had spending of $12,000 a month, right? And we knew that, I'd like you to have $100,000 in cash on, just available as you are, at least something like that, maybe even $75,000 to $100,000 of cash just in case. And if, of course, if her health were to deteriorate and you didn't have the $5,000 a month, that's the kind of thing I am always, by the way, constitutionally, I'm a person who always looks at the worst case scenario, but financial planning and my first job as a trader, that is like what you are trained to do. Like, where is there a problem, right? Your wife is in healthcare, so tell her it's like triage. Like, what is the worst thing that's going on right now? How can we address it and come up with a game plan? So if we lost her salary because she just couldn't do what she wants to do and she doesn't feel good, then how are we going to finish this mountain cabin? That's where it is like, okay, maybe we tap the 2 condos, we don't do the 1031 exchange, and we have what we need. So just think about that a little bit. And I think otherwise everything does seem really good. I also presume because of this diagnosis that you have all of your estate documents in place.
We do. Yeah. Last year, I just made the appointment and buckled down and said, we're going to get it done. And we sleep a little bit better at night knowing that we've got that done.
That's good. Any life insurance that remains for either of you?
For her, I think she's got about $100,000, and for me, I've got close to $1 million.
$1 million. Okay, and that's all term life insurance for both of you?
Term.
Great. I think you have a pretty damn good game plan. You have a pretty rotten diagnosis, so I'm sorry about that. But that said, it sounds like you've really put yourselves in a place where you can accomplish these goals that you want to accomplish. And so if you have any further questions as you are going through this mountain cabin and even reconsidering or thinking about the 1031 exchange, get back in touch with us. Do you feel okay?
Yeah, that was very helpful. Thank you. And that helps us prioritize, I think, where we're going to pull the money from as things come up, expenses come up. So really appreciate your thoughts.
If you have a financial question, just go to JillOnMoney.com and click the Contact Us button. Don't forget to sign up for the weekly newsletter. You're listening to Jill on Money.
Do I invest here? Should I put my money there? Jill Schlesinger can help you. Back to Jill on Money.
Welcome back. It's the Jill on Money Show. We are answering your financial questions. If you've got one, go to JillOnMoney.com and just click the Contact Us button. Right now, let's talk to Erin from Colorado. Welcome back, Erin. How are you?
Thank you so much. Doing really well. Thank you. How are you?
Great. What's happening? What can we do for you?
Well, like you said, we did chat about a year and a half ago. We are very luckily receiving some money from a trust that is being dissolved from my grandfather. He recently passed, and it's a good chunk of money. It's $200,000. And I would love to hear y'all's thoughts about what we do with this money, and just kind of how to best allocate it with, we've got a little bit of student loan debt. We obviously have a mortgage, but those are our only kind of, debt situations. So,
yep. All right. Let's go through it. So, Erin, how old are you?
I am 42.
Okay. And you are married, right?
Yes.
And
married
spouses?
with 2 small boys.
Okay. How old is spouse?
43.
43. How old are the boys?
One's about to be 5, and the other is 2.5.
Okay.
So very little.
Very little. And if I recall, so you moved from the East Coast, you moved to Colorado, you bought a house. How much is that house worth?
It is worth $700,000.
And tell us about the mortgage. What kind of mortgage did you have to get for that $700,000 house?
Yeah, so our mortgage is still, we've only been here about 3 years. So the mortgage is at $590K, and it is at 6.5%.
So one of those big beefy ones. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys both working?
We are, yes.
Okay. How much do you guys make?
I make $95K a year, and my wife makes $150.
Okay. How's the cash flow with that big fat mortgage? Like, how's it going for you guys?
It's going okay. Our monthly expenses are with, daycare and all of that fun stuff. We're about 11,000. Well, let's be conservative, 12,000 a month.
Let's say 12. Okay.
Yeah.
12,000 a month. Okay. Oh, you mentioned student loans. What remains on your student loans, and what's the interest rate?
So there are 3 student loans left. They are totaling $80,000. The highest interest on one of them, or on 2 of them, is 6.8%.
Okay. And what's that? The smaller one? What's the interest rate on that?
5.6.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, exactly right. Okay, so I got that. That's all good. And you guys are, you're making it work. You're paying off a lot of this debt. Are you both making retirement plan contributions?
We are, yes. I have about $150K in my employer 401K. 10,000 of that is in a Roth 401K.
Okay.
And then my wife has about 22,000 in her company's 401K. They don't have a great matching, so we haven't put a lot in there. But she also has a separate IRA that has 88,000 in it.
And it's traditional. All this money we're talking about, except for that 10,000 in the Roth, is traditional.
Correct.
Okay, got it. Do you guys have any brokerage assets? Any anything that you've socked away? I don't know, a stock, a company stock, anything there?
We do. We have a joint brokerage, and it has 66K in it right now.
Okay. And how about anything for the kiddos? Any 529 assets?
We do. We've been pretty conservative contributing to that. I know there are plans from my father to give a lot to their college fund, thankfully. So right now that is sitting only around 5,000 in total. So split that in half for each.
Okay. How much do we trust your father on this? Can we could you say to him, Dad, should I be using some of Grandpa's money from the trust and funneling it into the 529 accounts? Or do you think you're going to make more sizable contributions? Can you have that conversation with Dad?
I can definitely have that conversation. We've had many conversations about where money goes when he passes. So I feel pretty confident that we don't necessarily need to burden that for ourselves.
Okay. So we don't have to take on funding that 529 plan in a big way.
Correct.
Okay. In addition to your 66 grand in the brokerage, how about cash on hand?
We have about 40K in cash right now.
Okay. Is there anything big coming up? Anything that is going on? Anything house related? Anything within the next 12 to 18 months? Is there any need, car, anything like that?
No, we took advantage of that EV credit before it disappeared and got a really great deal on a lease. So
nice.
we are, Lord willing, knock on wood. Nothing big is coming yet. Now that I've said it out loud, I'm a little afraid, but
don't be. We're good. Okay.
Nothing planned.
Okay. And you guys have your estate documents?
Yes, ma'am.
And how about life insurance for the kiddos?
We're all set there.
Okay, great. Are you going to inherit a bunch of money from your rich dad?
Um, he has done very well for himself. So
Notice how I
yes.
did that, Mark? You see how I made that leap? People don't like to say I had a rich dad. I wish my dad were richer. Like literally when my father died, my brother-in-law's like, that's all he had? I'm like, yeah, I thought it would be more too. No, I knew. I knew what it was going to be. But are you going to inherit a bunch of money?
Yes.
Do you know how much?
I don't exactly, because there's a little complication right now with things moving around. My mother is unwell, and so we're trying to like all of the different things that are allocated in a certain way. But I do know that he has a very large sum of money, and it will be distributed between myself and my siblings. So
okay, how many siblings?
5.
I wanted her to be an only child. Damn
if
it.
only.
But if only spoken like someone who's one of 5, 6 rather. Okay, so like if you had to guess, I know you don't know the amount. Do you think he's worth more than $10 million? Are we going to get more than $2 million or $1.5 million each? What do you think?
Yeah, it'll probably be around that.
Nice. See, I got there. Okay, good. Okay. But you're happy and you're young and you're working. And so you want to manage your own life. So this is all good. I just want
yes.
okay, so I'm good. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. Immediately of this 200 grand, we are paying off all of the student loan debt. Goodbye.
Great.
Goodbye. It's gone.
See ya.
How much money were you putting into that? You know what, of your 12 grand a month, do you know how much of that would be those student loan payments?
Well, since the pandemic, we've been kind of paused on any payments.
Okay, let's get rid of them.
They're federal loans, so we haven't
we're done with them.
Payments. Yeah.
Good, we're done. Okay, so get rid of those. You're listening to the Jill on Money Show, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Jill on Money, where Jill Schlesinger takes the mystery out of your finances.
Welcome back. It's the Jill on Money Show. Before the break, we were talking to Aaron from Colorado. I think the question really is, of that 120, should we slap a little money down on the principal of the mortgage, or should we beef up the brokerage account? That's really the big question. I was going to actually do something different because before you talked about your rich father, I was going to say, we'll put some money in the 529 plans, but it doesn't sound like you need that. Mark, do you think it's more important for Erin and her lovely bride to beef up the brokerage, or to maybe whittle down maybe of the, I don't know, I'm just like making it up, like to make that 590, 500 or something? Like it's not going to necessarily change your payment, and you're absorbing the payment. It's fine. But what do you think, Mark?
It's not cheap, but I would leave it alone. I think rates are going to continue to come down, over the next year, 12, 18 months. I wouldn't do anything until that kind of settles down. I would put some money in the brokerage account. I would probably beef up the emergency reserve a little bit. It seems a little low. Yeah. And plus the fact that, we know this inheritance is coming down the road. So you can always take care of the mortgage eventually.
Are you guys putting money in your cash account? When you said I got 40 grand on hand, are you actively contributing to that or not?
Not a lot right now.
And same with the brokerage, like brokerage's old stuff or gifts or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that's kind of something that like I would like to change, because we've been so tight for the last 3 years, but this kind of gives us some breathing room to be a little bit more intentional.
Okay. So if that's the case, I agree with Mark. I would throw, like, just because I like round numbers, I throw 20 grand in my cash on hand, make sure it's in a high yield savings account, put 100 grand in your brokerage.
Okay.
So we're going to pay off the 80 grand in the student loans. You're going to feel so good. You guys should have a little party.
We will.
Like some sort of like burning of the document party. Once you get confirmation, it's all paid off. So then we pay that off. We put,
but don't actually burn it.
Exactly. Then put 20 grand in your cash account. Add 100 grand to your brokerage. Is the brokerage account all in stocks right now?
Yes.
Okay. And it's individual stocks or funds?
They're funds.
Okay. And where are you holding that brokerage account?
We have a financial advisor that's helping us with that.
Dude, if you have a financial advisor, why are you calling Aunt Jill?
Because you give it to me straight and a little bit more honest.
Oh, sweet. So wait a minute. What kind of funds are in there and how do you pay this advisor?
They get 1% of the annual return.
Of the you mean of the value of the account?
Yeah, sorry. Yes.
Uh-huh. Are you sure you need these people?
No, I'm not. I don't know a lot. And so that's kind of, I get nervous opening my own things, but I would really love to not pay anyone to manage my money.
I don't feel like you need that right now. I mean, the brokerage funds, are they exchange traded funds or mutual funds? Do you know?
Mutual, I believe.
Okay. And do you know, like, primarily the mutual funds they're using, are they index funds or are they funds like a company name, like the Morgan Stanley blah 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 fund, the Merrill Lynch blah blah? Do you know what most of these funds are?
I don't, off the top of my head.
Okay, here's what I'm going to suggest.
Okay.
I think you should send us a screenshot of your brokerage account.
Okay.
Okay. And by the way, is your wife's IRA there with the advisor?
Yeah.
Okay. So right now, that advisor, I mean, by the way, 1% of 88,000 or 66,000 is fine. It's not like a big charge, but are they doing financial planning for you?
They will advise us on these type of situations.
Yeah, you don't like them.
We have not, honestly, we haven't really like leaned on them too hard because we've had a fairly simple financial picture so far. So it's not been very complicated. This is the first kind of like, what should we do?
Okay, here's what I think. I think you guys should open up your own accounts. I don't think that it's not rocket science. If you don't want to, that's okay too. But if in my mind, you can go to Vanguard, you can go to Fidelity, you can go to T. Rowe Price, you can go to Schwab. I don't really care where. What is the fund company that is in your 401k?
It's through Schwab.
Okay, perfect. Maybe you open a Schwab account, a brokerage account. You move whatever is in there into Schwab. And then you buy a few mutual funds, index funds, and that's that. So what I suggest is that you take a screenshot of your brokerage account and the IRA account. Send it to us. And then we can give you some suggestions of funds to consider if you want to do it yourself. Then you're going to save yourself this 1% of the account value. Do you know when you're going to need an advisor? When you start inheriting this money and it's a big deal. Right now, an advisor for you, it's nice, but like, as you said, you don't really need it. Let's say something changes. You say, oh my dad is actually restructuring everything because my mom is not well and he wants to put $1 million into each of the 6 kids' pockets. Then we need real financial planning and we'll hook you up. Like, now I know that for you, and you say like, oh, I don't know much, but like, you're making choices inside your 401k. And all we're going to do is try to replicate choices. You know, when we talk to people and they say, oh, I don't know anything. Okay, here's what you need to know. Number 1, you choose index funds. Number 2, you have one broad-based U.S. fund, one broad-based index fund for international, maybe one bond fund, and maybe one extra fund after that. That's it. I'm not sure we should necessarily sell what's in your brokerage account because I don't want to create a tax situation for you. But I'd like to see what you have. And then as things change and, listen, there'll be different choices in your life. You can check in with us anytime. But also if something big happens, then that's when I think you might need a financial advisor. For right now, it's not bad, but it's like, for what? Couldn't I have you have that $1,500 a year in your own pocket? I'd like that for you.
I would like that for me too.
If you're wrestling with a big life decision, don't do it alone. Get in touch with us. Go to JillOnMoney.com and click the Contact Us button. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's the Jill on Money Show, where we are trying to help you make better, and sometimes it's just less bad, financial decisions. If something's going on in your life and it kind of touches your money in some way, get in touch with us. Go to JillOnMoney.com and click the Contact Us button. Now, while you're on the website, don't forget you can sign up for the free weekly newsletter, and you can also spend a few bucks on our subscription service. What's that? It's called Jill on Money Live. For $45 for the next 12 months, you will have access to quarterly live webinars. And the next one is coming up later this month. It is a doozy. It is with the all-star great guest, Ed Slott. He is a CPA, and he's also an expert about IRAs, Roth IRAs, everything retirement planning, and it will be a great event. So again, you can only join us if you are a member of Jill on Money Live. If you want to just purchase that Ed Slott webinar after it is complete, you can do so. You can buy one webinar at a time for $15. Again, Jill on Money Live. Okay, before we finish this hour, let's do an email. This is from Daniel, who writes, I retired and moved my 401k money to an institution. And in that 401k, there was both Roth and pre-tax money. The problem is they put all the money, the two checks, into one traditional account. What should I do? I've contacted them many times, but no response yet. Well, this looks like it needs some escalation, and I think it would be very important for you to stay on top of this, because until they undo this mistake, you're going to have a problem with the IRS. So I don't know what the institution is. If you want to get in touch with us offline, maybe we've got a way for you to figure out who you can escalate this problem to, but you're right. It definitely needs to be remedied. If you're like Daniel, you may have one account at work that is labeled as your pre-tax account. One is Roth. You really need to be careful in how you roll those funds over. This happens quite often. So before you do it, get in touch with us. We may be able to help you out. Go to JillOnMoney.com and click the Contact Us button. If you want to join us live, just check the box and Mark will do everything else. We'll be right back.
It's the weekend, and that can only mean one thing. You're listening to Jill on Money, the show that takes the mystery out of your finances. Here's your host, Jill Schlesinger.
Welcome back. It's hour number 2 of the Jill on Money Show. This is the program that attempts to take the mystery out of your financial life. But we try to do it with a little bit of a sense of humor, kind of try to take the emotions out of it. So often, many of the big decisions in our financial lives, they get loaded with all those old expectations, and we want to relieve you of all of that. We want to walk through potential ways for you to get where you would like to go. So if you've got something going on, we'd love for you to get in touch with us. Go to JillOnMoney.com, and in the upper right-hand corner of the website, you click the Contact Us button, write us a note, and if you'd like to join us live, just check the box. Mark, the best executive producer in the world, will get in touch with you, and we will arrange to have you come on the air with us. And that is really the best way to do this, because we get to then ask follow-up questions and sometimes hear something in your voice that might give us a clue as to what's going on that's maybe not in the written word. And that said, we know that some of you are shy, so of course we will be happy to receive your emails. Okay, while you're on the website, don't forget to sign up for the free weekly newsletter, and also check out our subscription service. It's called Jill on Money Live. That's where you have access to quarterly live webinars, the back catalog of those webinars, bonus audio and video content, all for $45 for the next 12 months. Our upcoming webinar is with Ed Slott, Thursday, February 26th. It's going to be great. Ed is a CPA. He's an expert in IRAs and Roth IRAs. It's always great to have Ed live. So Jill on Money Live, check it out. Okay, right now, let's talk to Marie, who joins us from Nevada. Hello, Marie. How are you, and what can we do for you?
Hi, good morning, Jill and Mark. I appreciate you having me on the show. I wrote in because I'm 61 years old and I plan to retire at 67. And I would say for the last few years, I've really been doing research and making sure that, where my income streams are going to come from, how they're invested, are they invested correctly? and, what my expenses will ultimately look like when I retire. I just want to retire comfortably. I do have a financial planner that I check in with probably once, maybe twice a year, but I don't necessarily know that I get the in-depth guidance, if you will.
That's kind of scary if you're coming to us. But okay, we're going to walk you through it. So let me ask you a question. So sure. You're 61. You have your sights set on retirement at 67. Mm-hmm. And are you happy in your position right now? Like, as you work, is working another 6 years like horrendous, fine? Like, how do you feel about it?
Kind of a mixed feeling. I do love what I do, but it is an extremely stressful position.
All right. So can we go through some of the stuff to see if you're on track for 67?
Yes.
All right. So number one, are you married, single, partnered?
I'm partnered.
Okay. And do you guys split everything? Are you partnering in terms of your financial lives, or are you somewhat separate in your financial lives?
I would say somewhat separate.
Okay. So we're not going to take into account anything about your hopefully rich partner, right? Hopefully. Okay. Do you have kids?
I do. I have one daughter.
How old?
She's 35.
Oh, totally grown.
Mm-hmm.
Do you help her at all?
She lives in my home in Northern California, okay. And she does, help with offsetting some of the cost of the mortgage, et cetera. Okay. But she's pretty self-sufficient.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. How much do you earn right now?
I earn $170,000 a year.
Okay. And will you be entitled to a pension?
I actually do get a pension, and I have been from my divorce. And so I receive, and I will receive $1,400 a month for the rest of my life.
Oh, okay. And so that is not included, or is included in your 170?
It is not included.
Okay, gotcha. And for the 170 that you're earning now, do you put money into a retirement plan?
I do. I put the max, which is the $35,750.
Mm-hmm.
And then on my own, I put $18,000 additional dollars a year into my high yield savings account.
Oh, okay. Very nice. I'm going to go back to the retirement. I'm skipping around a little bit because you mentioned a California home. How much is your California home worth?
$890,000.
I'm calling it $900,000. Okay. And mortgage that remains is how much?
$355,000.
And what is the interest rate?
2.74%.
Oh my God. And your daughter is living in there, paying you some rent, but it costs you some money out of pocket to maintain it?
It does.
Okay. So you're putting away a ton of money. My goodness. Do you own a home in Nevada?
I don't.
You live with your partner?
I do. Yes.
And so are you paying any rent?
I pay about, $300 a month.
Oh, come on.
To him. And then also we split the groceries and some other things. So it ends up being probably about $800-900 a month.
How much money have you saved in your retirement plan?
So I've got retirement plans. I've got quite a few. So the company that I'm with right now, where I'm doing the max, I have about $18,000 in that. That's a Voya IRA.
Okay.
That's one.
Got it.
I have two annuities, which one is a fixed annuity, the standard. I have about $209,000 in that. I am tied into that until 2027. So I have a question.
That's pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have a Lincoln indexed linked variable annuity, supposed to auto renew in 2028. I don't know that I'm going to do that.
No, it will not. It will not without us getting involved.
Right.
How much money's in there?
Right. $185,000.
Did your current financial advisor sell you those two annuities?
No, this was somebody from a previous company.
Who can we blame for that? Okay, sorry. The Voya IRA, you said that's your current plan?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's an IRA?
It's a 401k, excuse me.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure. Okay. And that's a tradition. These are all traditional assets.
Yes.
The annuity, the fixed annuity, is it a retirement or is it a non-retirement annuity?
It is a retirement annuity.
Okay. And also the same for the VA, the variable annuity, both are retirement. Okay.
Yes. And then I have a TSP account, and that only has $7,200 in it. I have a Lincoln Financial IRA rollover. I have $112,000 in that. lastly, I have a high yield savings account with $277,000 in it.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so that's it for the assets. We got a house. What are you going to do with this house in California? What do you think? Like, is your daughter going to be there forever? Do you think you want to sell it, or you want to move back? What do you think?
When I don't want to move back, but when she buys her own home, I would say she's looking to do that in the next few years. I will go ahead and sell it.
How much do you spend, Marie?
Monthly average about $7,500 a month right now.
Okay. So we know that you'll have your $1,400 pension. And what about your Social Security? What does it look like at 67?
$3,900 a month.
And what does it look like at 70?
$4,100, $4,200, something like that.
Okay. Any other income that we can expect coming in at age 67? Would you continue working part-time? Would you do anything else?
I don't want to.
Okay.
If I were going to do it, it would have to be something that I just absolutely love that was not too stressful. So, I'm not against it, but the hope is not to.
Okay, I understand. We'll get back to Marie in just a second. If you've got a financial question, just go to JillOnMoney.com and click the Contact Us button.
Back to Jill on Money, where Jill Schlesinger helps you take the mystery out of your finances.
Welcome back. It's the Jill on Money Show, where we are answering your financial questions. If you've got one, just go to our website, JillOnMoney.com. Click the Contact Us button. It's in the upper right-hand corner, no matter where you navigate on the website, and write us a note. Now, while you're on the website, you may want to check out a bunch of our free content. We've got a free weekly newsletter. We've got 2 podcasts. One is Jill on Money, one is Money Watch. We have links to them both. There's a blog, there are videos, there are resources, all free at JillOnMoney.com. Right now, let's get back to Marie from Nevada. So we have a lot of money that you have accumulated. So by my count, again, at your age 67, you'll have about this $5,000, $5,300 a month will come in. That's pre-tax. I know that. So I get it. We need more than that, but will be coming in. You say you need 7,500. So we need to fund the gap. To fund the gap, you have a few different forms of assets. Most of it hasn't been taxed yet. So we have your current 401k, we have the 2 annuities, we have your thrift savings plan, and we have your rollover IRA, all of which total, let me see if I can do this quickly, 2, 3, 4, like 550, 60. Did I do that right quickly? Yeah, 515, if I put it all in together. So $500,000 pre-tax, and then there is the high yield savings at 277. This doesn't look bad. It doesn't look too bad. Mark, what do you think? $500,000 pre-tax. I'm somewhat interested to figure out whether or not we should wait until age 70. How's your health? You have good health?
I do have good health.
Mark, what do you think about where we are? Because we got 5 more years where she's saving a ton of money. The 36 grand in retirement. Plus, don't forget, we've got another 18 going into high yield savings. What do you think? How do we think Marie stands for a 67 checking out of the workplace?
Well, I think 67 is okay because she's got nearly $750,000 right now. Plus, I'm assuming by the time she's 67, that house might be sold, and she's probably going to walk away with 400, give or take.
Yep.
I think 67 is good. I would not do any more pre-tax money for the next.
I wouldn't
years.
either. Do you have a Roth option anywhere in there or not?
I don't.
And there's a match on this 401k that you have.
Yes.
Current. So I'm fine with you certainly, putting money into it up to the match. I just wonder whether it makes more sense for us to get you putting some of that high yield savings account money and start investing that a little bit as well. I mean, it's all in cash right now because why? Because you're anxious?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I mean, I just want to make sure that we were on the same page on that. Let's pretend that you were retiring even just next year. Okay. And you said, you know what? My expenses are $7,500 a month, right? So if you were like a nervous Nelly and you're retiring, next year, I would say you would want 2 years of cash. That's 180 grand for you. Okay. So I think if I could get you comfortable, if Mark and I can get you comfortable to invest some of this, like, let's just say that could you invest like 100 of the 277 and get that invested? How do you feel about that? And keeping 180 set aside?
I feel okay about that.
Okay. So there's a couple of things. I think there's some asset management that we would want to think about doing. Number one is I would probably just keep doing your Voya thing. Don't worry about it. Okay. The money that goes in the high yield savings, as long as you have 180, as long as you have 2 years of expenses. And I also want to kind of add in one other thing. And, obviously if you had to buy a car in the next year, you'd leave that money in cash. Like the money you think you're going to need in the next year or two beyond that 180, keep that in the high yield savings. But the rest should be invested. Okay. Now, the current financial advisor, is that person managing any money on your behalf?
Just the LPL financial account.
And that is what? That's
the IRA rollover. That's the 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's inside of that rollover? What kind of investments? Is that mutual funds?
Yes.
It is. So that's an LPL, mutual funds, and you're not so sure. How does this person charge you? Do they charge you a commission or an asset under management fee?
I think it's asset under management fee.
Do you like this person? Do you really, because you're calling us, you're getting in touch with us. And of course, I'm worried when people say I have an advisor and they want to, I get it. It's nice because it's another set of ears on a situation. But I wonder if you're getting in touch with us, maybe this means that you might need to be rethinking your relationship with the LPL person.
Yes.
What do you like this person?
I do like this person. I just find that, in the more research I do and the more questions I have, that person answers the question, but we never really go into depth about it because I'm not an expert on investing my money. And so that's why I rely on somebody else who has that expertise to help guide me. So I think that's where I'm sitting with it right now.
I get you. If they're not like investing on your behalf, sort of as like the side thing, but just doing major financial planning for you, which should be the main thing you're paying for, I worry about that. Not worry. I think you might be able to do better. Okay. So maybe we need to establish a relationship with someone else who can help you manage these funds as a means to accomplish your financial goals, a real financial planner. And that, I think, makes sense for you because you're at this perfect moment, like 6 years before retirement. I think this is a good time to do that. And I'm pretty sure that a certified financial planner who is really got your best needs, who's looking at your, like the lens through which you can accomplish your goals. I think what they're going to say is, hey, you know what? The two annuities, they're going to go eventually that Voya 401k, and everything's going to get moved into that one IRA rollover account. And that account will be the generation of income that you will need that will meet your expenses. I think it might make sense for you to get involved and talk to somebody about that now, sooner rather than later. So I feel pretty comfortable saying, yeah, I think your game plan looks good, but I'd feel better if we had someone to navigate through a couple of the big decision points. So especially as those two annuities need to get rolled out and put into the IRA rollover, you're going to have, again, it's kind of helpful because you're really going to have one account, the IRA rollover, the two annuities, the Voya 401k, and the TSP. You're going to have this one account that's going to hold all that money. None of that money's been taxed yet. And then a separate account that's going to be an investment account. And again, you don't have to put the $100,000 to work yet. I think your first task will be to find somebody who can help you work through this process. And it's like there's a lot of moving pieces, but generally speaking, I think you're in good shape. So that's the good news, because if you weren't in good shape, we'd have other conversations. Now we're just saying, well, yeah, but it's going to be a pain in the neck to deal with this, right? So Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. Do you feel okay about that?
Yeah, that sounds like a really great plan. And the other thing I wanted to mention too is the only debt that I have is my mortgage. That's it.
Yeah, I get that. And that mortgage
Yeah,
is really cheap. So you're going
yeah.
to end up having two accounts, one investment account,
Okay,
one pre-tax retirement account. You'll have your cash on the side, and you
great.
definitely sounds like you kind of know you're in good shape, but it's the details that are going to be important for you. So I'll tell you what. So hang on,
Okay.
and I'm going to give you a couple of ideas off the air. Shh, don't tell anyone. All right, everyone's listening. Any other questions for us?
No, I think you've answered everything. I really appreciate you both having me on the show and giving me some great advice.
Fantastic. Oh, last thing. Do we have, because you're not married, you have estate documents for your 35-year-old daughter to get all your moolah and all that?
I sure do. I have a revocable trust in place. Everything's in place.
Great. Perfect. If you've got a financial question, if you're trying to figure something out, don't do it alone. We're here for you. Go to JillOnMoney.com and click the Contact Us button. You're listening to the Jill on Money Show, and we'll be right back.
Do I invest here? Should I put my money there? Jill Schlesinger can help you. Back to Jill on Money.
Welcome back. It's the Jill on Money Show, where we are answering your financial questions. If you have one, just go to JillOnMoney.com and click the Contact Us button. Let's talk to Manny, who joins us from Washington, D.C. Hello, Manny. How are you? What can we do for you?
Morning, Jill. Calling to see if you can help me decide how to invest some of my income and some money that I have saved over the last few years. I currently have a 401k from my employer. I have been contributing over the last 8 years or so. And I started with traditional. After listening to your show, I decided to start putting into Roth.
Amazing. Manny, how much do you earn right now?
Right now, 136,000.
That's great. And how old are you?
I'm 45.
Married, single, partnered?
Single, no kids.
Okay, so it's just you. We're just saving for. Okay. And how is the cash flow based on, you got 136 grand coming in, you're putting money into the Roth now. How are you doing paying your bills? Do you feel tight? Is it good? Where are you?
I can pay all my bills.
Great.
I don't have any credit card debt or debt in general.
Great. That's awesome. How much have you saved in the traditional 401k and the pre-tax?
So in traditional, currently I have around 176,000.
And how about the Roth?
In Roth, I have around 39,000.
Do you have any old IRA accounts or anything else floating around that we should know about for retirement?
I do have a Roth IRA, and there's around 20,000.
So how much are you putting into the Roth 401k right now?
I put in about $2,000 a month.
Wow, you don't spend a lot of money. How much do you spend just in general? I mean, you're saving $2,000 a month in the Roth, and then you're also putting money into the Roth IRA?
Yes.
So you're doing really well. How much do you think you spend on a monthly basis?
The last time I did these numbers with rent, utilities, and food, it's around 3,700.
And is that any fun, or is that just like the basics?
That's just the basics.
All right. So maybe if we think about, rent, utilities, food, and then you have some fun and maybe you go away a couple times, maybe it's $5,000 a month. Let's think. I think that sounds probably more realistic. How much money do you have like in a bank account, just like a safe cash account?
So in an emergency fund, 52,000.
Great.
I started saving for a house. And then in that bucket, I have 6,500.
so you got 52 grand in cash, but then another account is like the house down payment fund.
Yes.
Okay, and that's 6,500.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
And then I have 54,000 also in a high yield savings account, and this was money that I saved during the pandemic.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. So 52 is just, in the bank, then 54 in a high yield savings account, and then 6,500 in your house down payment fund.
Yes.
Wow. That's incredible. So amazing. Is that it for cash?
That's all cash.
Do you have any other assets? Like, do you have brokerage account or crypto or anything? You're a young guy, so I'm going to ask you about crypto. But do you have any other money invested?
I do have a brokerage account, and there's about 34,000.
Great. That's amazing. Wow. Okay. You said no debt?
So, yes, but no.
Oh, my God. That scares me. Okay, let's go.
So recently, I found out that, well, let me give you the backstory.
Okay.
Make it short.
Sure.
The student loans that I took to go to school were taken for a school that was on the list of schools that were part of the Sweet versus Cardona. Now, Sweet.
Oh, so you mean like it was like one of these like schools that they came back and they said, "Oh, you got a crap degree and you should get your money back."
Yeah, something
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
So I applied for a borrower difference to repayment under that class action lawsuit. I was informed in late December that my application was approved.
Oh, how much money are you getting?
They're saying that I'm going to get $36,000 back.
Wow. Holy moly. And that is not taxable. That is just $36,000 net to you.
Yes.
That's incredible.
When I applied, it was in 2022. I wasn't sure if this was going to go through because it just sounded too good to be true. So I had an opportunity to go on a side hustle. 2022, I did that for a few months, and then I saved just in case the Department of Education denied my application. So if that was the case, I was going to say, well, that's too bad. Here's the money, and we're square.
Let me ask you a question, Manny. You rent. How much is your rent right now?
So right now, it's around $2,400.
Do you like where you live?
Yeah, I do.
It's like big enough. You're good. No, like, you don't feel like, oh, I hate where I live. I want to spend my money differently. Like, it's good where you are.
So I like the area where I live. It's a small apartment. Eventually, I would like to have a bigger space.
Let's say I said I'm your fairy godmother. Let's just say I have a little wand and I say, okay, if you could get the bigger apartment that you'd like, what would the rent be for that?
It'll probably be just under $3,000.
I'm going to say $3,000. Do you feel like moving anytime soon or not?
No, I just...
Okay. Now, you have all this money and you're thinking about a house down payment, but are you sure you want to buy? Because your rent is pretty reasonable. And buying means that all this money that you have, you've done an incredible job, Manny, incredible, goes to this down payment. And you'd be owning something that is, could you buy a 2-bedroom place, an apartment that you'd be happy in? I'm sure you could, but I'm sure it would cost real money. You're in the Washington, D.C. area. Have you looked at buying and what it would cost you to move into something you'd want to move into for real?
Easily. Here, we're talking about $500,000.
We'll get back to Manny in just a second. You're listening to Jill on Money.
Welcome back to Jill on Money, where Jill Schlesinger takes the mystery out of your finances.
Welcome back. It's the Jill on Money Show, where we are trying to take the mystery out of your financial life. Let's get back to our listener. It's Manny, who joins us from D.C. I think you've done an incredible job. If you stumbled onto something and you're like, oh my God, it's great, I will take my $100,000 that I have. Because I'm not including the cash on hand, like your emergency fund. I'm looking at your high yield savings, the house down payment fund, plus your windfall of 36,000. You will have $100,000 for a down payment. Okay. Mark, can you do me a favor? Can you tell me what a $400,000 mortgage for our man Manny would be? What's the payment on a $400,000 note? Just do it at 6% for the heck of it. Let's just look at that. A 30-year fix. What would that be, Mark?
$2,400.
Okay. So if you wanted to go look to buy something, just principal and interest will be $2,400 a month. Then on top of that, of course, you'll pay taxes and there'll be maintenance, and it'll be about what you would get for your 2-bedroom. You would own, however, you'd be locked down a little bit, and I don't know if you want to be locked down or not. So how does it sound to buy a $500,000 property with your $100,000, lose that liquidity, but own the home? How do you feel about that?
I have been renting for a very, very long time, and the idea of maintaining a house at my age.
My age? What are you talking about? My age?
You're Mark's age. But
you're younger.
I know. But you know what? He knows himself. Maybe you're feeling like, I like the ease of renting, which is okay. You can say that.
I value my peace.
Okay.
Put it that way.
I mean, listen, it's probably, you're not saying you want to buy $1 million house. I think that it's probably pretty close. Rents in the DC area will always be, they'll be expensive. You're not moving, to a place where you're going to spend $1,000 a month, but so too will the cost of housing. And so maybe renting is good for you, in which case, then we have to say maybe what you do if you'd really decide, and I'm not going to push you one way or the other. I feel like if you're like, I desperately want to buy a house, or if you have I don't know, if you have parents who are like, you should buy a house and that's going to make whatever. You're single, you have no kids, there's no obligations, right? It's kind of nice to have the freedom of renting, which I get. But since you don't feel the pull of owning that much, I'm inclined to say, let's take this $100,000 and now you can put it into your brokerage account. You have the high yield savings right now. You can take that house, that again, high yield savings plus the down payment fund, as well as the class action lawsuit proceeds of $36,000, gives you about $100,000. I would pop that right into my brokerage account and make that my supplemental retirement savings. I mean, that's great, because for someone who doesn't make a ton of money and you do live in a high cost of living area, you've done a very good job of accumulating assets. You really have. I want to just make sure. So you're putting right now, are you putting all of your retirement contributions, your 401k, into Roth, or are you still putting money in the traditional?
It's only the employer match that goes into traditional.
Great. Perfect. So you're putting this $2,000 a month into your Roth. You're putting money into a Roth IRA. You will soon have $134,000 in your brokerage account. You've got your cash on hand. You're doing an incredible job, man. You have nothing else to pay for. You are doing a great job. Mark, is there anything any holes in this?
No, I know he feels like he's behind and he feels like he got a late start. But
why?
As far as I'm concerned, that's all nonsense. Let's just say you retire at the age of 60, 15 years from now, you're going to have over $1.5 million.
I really think you are in very good shape, man. I really do. And I know that there are people who you hear on this show and you're like, they have millions of dollars. You're doing a great job. You don't spend that much money. And I forgot to ask you, are you going to be entitled to any pension benefit or not?
No.
Fine. It doesn't matter. You're doing a great job. Yeah, this nice $36,000 windfall is great. You kicked butt during the pandemic. You saved money. You got a little side hustle. It's all really good news. I don't think that someone in your situation, again, if you felt like, I really, really want to buy. Or if something changed, if you said to me, Jill, I found this place, it fell into my lap, I do want to buy. Fine. So what? You'll have brokerage account money. We'll sell what's in the brokerage account and you'll buy. But I would not put the pressure on myself to buy if you didn't really feel the pull. It doesn't seem like you do. Do you have any other questions for us? Do we take you off the hook on everything?
For contributions to the 401k, should I continue contributing 100% to Roth or
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And you feel stable in your job? Has it been good for you?
It's been great.
Great.
There.
So much. So I can't believe about this class action suit. That's incredible. It's so fascinating. Like some of these things that, you work so hard, you apply, whatever, you don't know how it's going to turn out. This one worked out really well for you. I'm sorry you had a degree that didn't pay off, but meanwhile, it didn't hurt you so much. Stay out of trouble. Use your index funds. Keep piling money into your Roth 401k, Roth IRA. If you have extra cash on hand and you want to add it to your brokerage, great. That's it. That's what you're doing. And unless you find something that really rocks your world, Manny, I would just keep on doing exactly what you're doing. I really think you're in good shape. Aunt Jill giving you a big thumbs up, okay?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sound good?
Yes.
If you've got an issue in your financial life, big or small, get in touch with us. It's the Jill on Money Show. Welcome back. It's the Jill on Money Show, where we try to listen to whatever is on your mind financially, whatever decision you have to make. Maybe you're rethinking where you're going to live. Maybe you want to buy a house. Maybe you want to sell a house. Maybe you're thinking about a career change. Maybe you're wondering how to put your kids through college. Whatever it is that's going on in your real life and it touches money in some way, get in touch with us. Just go to our website. That's JillOnMoney.com. Click the Contact Us button. Write us a note. And if you're kind of shy and you don't think you'll come on the air live, give us a lot of information. Otherwise, check the box. Mark will get you on the air. While you're on the website, don't forget to sign up for the free weekly newsletter. It comes out every Friday. A wonderful way to tune up for this show. And if you miss any part of this show, you can go to JillOnMoney.com and click on the radio tab, because we have a YouTube channel and you'll be able to hear whatever you missed right there. Okay, let's finish up the program. We've got an email. This is from Elizabeth. And Elizabeth writes, thanks for the great article today in the Mercury News, San Jose, California, about car buying. I'm giving my 20-year-old low-mileage Honda CR-V to my niece, and I'm getting another one. Probably going to be buying from a rental agency. She's 38, and she's just learning to drive. The hardest part of this whole plan is teaching her how much it costs to own a car. Well, gee, I would think that the hardest part would be to teach her how to drive, but that's just me. But you are absolutely right, Elizabeth, because owning a car is usually about a car loan or a lease payment, and so at least your niece will not have that. But it's also about maintenance and the cost of gas and the things that you have to do along the way and the things you have to fix. And so hopefully, as you think about this going forward, you'll tell her, just leave a little bit of extra money in that emergency reserve fund, because now you own a car and things can go wrong. So thanks so much for writing, and thanks so much for listening. It's been a great program. Our music is composed by Joel Goodman. Mark Talercio is our executive producer and king of all things web. As always, every week, we ask that you do something nice for someone else today. It will make that person feel better, and I promise it will make you feel better. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next week.